My name's Carson Olsen. I am a rising junior at Georgetown, and I'm originally from Orange County, California. And I'm studying accounting and marketing at Georgetown, as well as pursuing a certificate in global business. So I had just heard about the Psaros Center just being at Georgetown in general, but I really got interested in doing the FinPolicy trek through one of the clubs that I'm involved in, which is the Student Investment Fund. And Haley, who had done the trek the prior year, she had put into the group chat information about the trek. And from there, it just seemed like a really cool program. I was in one of Professor Agrawal's classes, so that got me interested as well. And I'm very glad that I was able to be a participant. It's really hard to pick like what a favorite takeaway or a favorite stop would have been. I mean, one of the coolest parts for me right off the bat was being able to go to New York. I'd never been to New York before, and I intend to work in New York in the future. So just to kind of see the center of finance where it's taking place in a career that I'm very interested in pursuing, that was really cool to me. And then a couple of the other highlights for me was, for one thing, just I think that politicians and politics, it's a little blurry in the world today, and a lot of people don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes. So to be able to step into that space and talk to the people that are actually driving the policy and the changes that are happening in the United States, I think it just demystified a lot of what is very unclear nowadays in terms of who is actually leading that policy. So that was really cool to be able to discuss that, things like the national debt, the debt to GDP ratio. Those were all very new things that I was very excited to learn about. And additionally, I had just been going through recruiting for some finance jobs, and so I was heavily tracking like the interest rates and everything that had been going on with that. So to be able to actually step into the place where the FOMC was taking place and where that meeting is held and be able to talk about that, that was extremely exciting. I think where I'm at right now, I definitely want to be in the finance space. I wasn't entirely sure prior to that trek what that would look like down the line, whether I wanted to stay in finance or exit to something else, whether I wanted to get into politics down the line. That was something that I had been thinking about for a long time, whether or not I wanted to enter into the public side, further down in my career. And I think that genuinely, after going on this trek, I told my family about it as well. But going into the public sector and potentially going into politics down the line is something that I would be really interested in doing, especially after being in the private sector and working in finance and developing that business knowledge for some part of time, and then going into that public sector after. That was something that the trek really had a big influence on me over. And then additionally, I think that I hadn't really had the experience to get like one-on-one interaction in a private equity environment. And I think that getting to go to private equity firms and learn about private equity from the people that lead the firms, that was really cool. And that definitely made me more interested in pursuing that as a potential career path down the line as well. So one thing that I have on my list of things to look into when I get back to campus, I'll be studying abroad in the Czech Republic and Prague in the fall. So this wouldn't be the immediate short term, but I did want to look into doing an internship on the Hill. I know that this was something that we had discussed on the track and how accessible that is to Georgetown students, especially during the academic school year. And so that's something I definitely want to look into. I know I looked into my rep here in Orange County, California, and whether or not that would be a potential possibility. But definitely pursuing an internship in Washington, D.C. At the Capitol would be really cool. And then additionally, just being more involved in the finance clubs that I already am a member of at Georgetown right now. And I think trying to get more people to pursue opportunities like going on this trek, because I think that Georgetown has a lot of unique opportunities out there that a lot of schools don't offer, but a lot of students just aren't aware. They don't check their email. There's these incredible opportunities that are right in front of them that a lot of students don't know about, or aren't able to take advantage of. So I think just through the rest of my time at Georgetown, I'd like to encourage a lot of other students to go down a similar path that I did and say yes to opportunities that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise.